Hello students, in today's class we are going to discuss about the matrix multiplication. In the previous class we discussed the concept of multiplication of a matrix by a scalar. We also discussed addition and subtraction of two matrices, and before that we discussed about equality of matrices. So multiplication of a matrix by a scalar said that if a matrix is multiplied by a scalar, then each element of the matrix gets multiplied by the scalar. So this was the recall of the previous class. Now we are going to discuss conditions for multiplication of matrices. Two matrices A and B are said to be conformable for the product AB in this very order of A and B. That means we are going to keep the order of product of AB same. That is, we are keeping one thing in our brain, that we are not going to interchange A and B. That is, as we know that the product is commutative in nature. So if we multiply A and B or we multiply B and A, we are going to get the same product. But in case of matrices, this thing is not true in general. That means if we are multiplying matrix A by matrix B, then we are going to keep the order same. Fine. So now the thing is, they are conformable for the product AB in this very order of A and B if the number of columns in A, if you say number of columns in A called the prefactor, is equal to the number of rows in B called the postfactor. This A is known as prefactor and this A is known as prefactor, this B is known as the postfactor. So number of rows in postfactor should be same as number of columns in prefactor. Now if A and B are of the order m cross n and p cross q, then for the product A and B to be possible, we should have n and p equal. And if we want to find out BA, then the condition that we need to keep in our mind is the number of columns of B should be same as number of rows of A, that is Q is equals to M. So multiplication of matrices says that if A is an order of matrix M cross N and B is a matrix of order N cross P, then two matrices are conformable enough for the product AB. Then AB is defined as C is equals to Cij, where Cij is equals to sum of all the elements of Aik and Bkj, where Cij represent the product of the element of ith row of A with the elements of jth column of B. Now let us try to understand this thing with an example. Say if we are given a matrix A, so the element matrix A is 2 3 4 minus 1 2 minus 5 and matrix B is 1 2 3 minus 4 minus 5 6. Let us first check whether the product of A and B is possible or not. So first thing that we need to check here is we need to find the order of matrix A. The order of matrix A is 2 by 3 and the order of matrix B is 3 by 2. So now the resulting matrix AB, say the product is C, so order of C is going to be 2 by 2. So let us just learn now how to multiply these two matrices. Here you can see two arrows. One arrow is on the head of matrix A and other arrow is somewhere in the between of the two columns of matrix B. Now if we are going to multiply matrix A with matrix B, so we are going to follow this pattern. First we are going to move from left to right and then we are going to go from top to bottom in the post factor matrix. Now the first element of matrix A, which is 2, will be multiplied by first element of matrix B, which we can say that it is lying in the first row and first column, both the elements. Now similarly, first row second column element will be multiplied by second row first column element. Similarly, first row third column element will be multiplied by third row first column element, and we are going to put addition sign between them. Similarly, this thing we have done for the next column also. We multiplied this first row with second column also. So if we multiply first row with second column, we are going to get 2 into 2 here. Then we are going to put a addition symbol. Again we are going to put a 3 with minus 4 here again, and then 4 with 6. We are going to get this thing, and once again we have put an addition sign between them. Now next thing that we will be doing is we are going to multiply second row with the first column, similarly second row with the second column, and these are going to be the elements which we are going to get in the product. So your final answer will be minus 9, 16, 30 and minus 40. So there is one thing that you need to keep in your mind while we multiply the two matrices, that first row will be multiplied by each column of the post factor matrix. First row, that is each row of prefactor matrix, will be multiplied by each column of post factor matrix. This is what we need to keep in our mind when we are going to learn matrix multiplication. After multiplication of matrices, there comes the concept of properties of matrix multiplication. There are two things that we need to keep in our mind. First, that if A, B, C are matrices of that order m cross n, n cross p and p cross q, here we have one thing very important, that if we are talking about the product of A and B, then the number of columns in A are same as number of rows in B. Similarly, if we are talking about the product of B and C, the number of columns in B are same as number of rows in C. So if this product is possible, then we can say that product of AB with C and product of A with BC will be giving us the same result, that is they are associative in nature. Second thing, it is distributive over addition, which means that if A is multiplied with the sum of the matrices B and C, then the product which we will be getting is same as AB plus AC, that is product of AB and product of AC, and then we have added the both of them. Here one thing is very important, that product of AB and AC should be defined. Now we are moving on to positive integral power of the matrix, which means that we are going to raise the power of the given matrix by a natural number. Say if A square is given, then we can find it as A multiplied by A. It is not literally the square of the elements present in the given matrix. If we need to find A cube, then we can see that it is A multiplied by A multiplied by A, which can also be written as A square into A, which is same as A into A square. So that's why we always say that matrix multiplication is not commutative in general, but yes, in some specific cases we can say that the matrix multiplication is commutative. This is one of the case of that order. Now if we want to find out A raised to the power m, then it is A multiplied by m time multiplied n times. So if we multiply two matrices, say A raised to the power m and n raised to the power m, then we are going to get the product as A raised to the power. Similarly, A raised to the power m raised to the power n is equal to A raised to the power mn, and you also define A raised to the power 0 is same as I. Thank you.